Hi folks, and welcome back to some more Ultimate General Civil War. Today is the 12th of May 1864, and we're going to fight the Battle of the Mule Shoe, which was part of the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse, which was basically saw the Union Army attacking the Confederates, trying to dislodge them, and destroy the Confederate Army was the main goal of Grant, but also to push them out of the way and get to Richmond. Without much success in the previous days, this was the situation. The Confederates had this big bulge, a salient in the line, which was known as the Mule Shoe because of the shape of the horseshoe here. And the Union decided to attack it, thinking it would be vulnerable. And indeed it was, but for not the reasons they believed. And the Confederates pulled their artillery out of the line, or most of it, just before the attack came in. They didn't know it was coming. They thought the Union Army would try and slip around their flank, and they were ready to pull out and move to face them really quickly. So this was just a part of the Confederate line. It wasn't the full army here. I think it was Ewell's Corps in this. Let's put our 1st and 2nd Corps in. We're going to need good quality soldiers for the assault here as we jump in to what's going to be a very savage battle indeed, where we have no option but to push the attack offensively, aggressively, and it's time limited as well. So the rebel position appears to be the weakest in their line. Let's see if that's actually the case. It's a salient in their formation. It's not just an outer line, though. They've got inner lines as well. This is just going to be so hard. Jutting out in a horseshoe shape. It does seem... I wonder why they took the position like this and formed such a salient. We have to assault this exposed position and seize the area. If we succeed, we could split the Confederate front in two and cripple their defences. It is quite true. We have, as you can see, no option to deploy or anything. It's just in. We've got 4 hours to take this position at the back. We've got a couple of options. I mean, time is not on our side. So one of my thoughts is to try and sidle around here and break in at one side rather than trying to fight our way across two sides. That would be bad. I don't think we've got time. The reinforcements coming in, well, that might determine a few things. Let me get some big brigades. These are fairly big brigades. Yeah, come on, let's get that many troops in the front line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and focus them onto one part of the enemy line, and we're going to try and break through, and from there we can outflank the rest in their breastworks. So we'll bring the artillery down as well. We're going to put everything in here to try and just batter through this one place, and then the rest of the troops are going to funnel through there. In fact, that is a very good idea. We're not going to go around the sides. We are going to go in one massive wedge. This was, I think, how the Union commander on the day formed his troops up for this particular attack. So this isn't the most ridiculous of ideas. We break through here. We can focus everything onto one brigade. We'll have to charge in, and then we try and roll the flanks up as we push forward. The Union did actually break in, largely because the Confederates had withdrawn most of their artillery. But once in, chaos ensued. It was very hard to control the forces and get them to do exactly what was needed. Do we have some... Let's get playing. Do we have some sharpshooters in this little band of merry men as well? We should have somewhere. Maybe they're going to come on later. I don't see them. The Ohio Outlaws. Should you be going... Chris Pinckney's men are kind of too weak to take on a frontal assault. I think we're going to have to use the veteran recruitment options to keep the experience high. You're going to see why in a moment, and it's largely because the Confederate Army doesn't suffer the same problems we do. They're going to have very big brigades, much bigger than they were historically, and experienced troops. So I think if we're to counter that, we're probably going to have to use the game mechanic of recruiting experienced soldiers. Now, actually, by this point in the war, this is kind of technically possible, because when soldiers joined the Union Army, I think the Confederate Army's soldiers had to enlist for the duration of the war. That was their enlistment period. It certainly was after 1862, or midway of 1862. Beyond that, they would enlist for so many years, all the duration of the war, which was longer. The Union regiments had fixed-term enlistments. Now, at the start of the war, the original ones were only 3 months. They thought the war was going to be over in 3 months. It would be over. That was before Bull Run. And the Battle of Bull Run was the first major engagement of the war. Are those artillery moving? They are. Good. There are actually some Union regiments their enlistments are up on the day or the day before the battle, and they just said, yeah, thank you very much, we're going home now. Who can blame them? So by this point in the war, the enlistment terms were a lot longer, but soldiers who joined up in the first year of the war, their enlistment terms were up by this point. They were free to re-enlist, and some of them did. Not necessarily in the same outfit or organisation, because I think the Union actually disbanded regiments once they became below a certain size, whereas the Confederates always topped up existing regiments to keep that sort of morale and regimental tradition going. Union didn't really do the same thing with that. So when Union soldiers' terms of enlistment were up, they could go home, they could re-enlist. And a lot of them did choose to re-enlist, but they would volunteer to maybe a regiment that was offering a higher bounty, which was basically a payment to attract recruits. And we're gonna. Oh, I should have had the skirmishers out. My bad. I should have had the skirmishers out. Talking too much about Civil War stuff. So the short point of this long-winded conversation is that we can actually technically recruit skirmishers, experienced soldiers. Turn that off actually, and let's get some skirmishers on that. So we can actually technically recruit experienced soldiers, veterans, but we'd have to assume that every single one was a soldier whose term of enlistment was up by that point, and that just clearly wouldn't be the case. So it is a slightly gaming mechanic. It's a game mechanic that we're supposed to use if we want to. I've avoided it up until now, but I don't know. Maybe it's something that we'll not be able to avoid entirely. You'll see why, because this battle is going to take an unpleasant turn. I'm going to wait for the artillery to come up, I think. Some of which looks like it's not actually moving. We've got some coming up. I could engage now. I don't want to sit there taking fire from the enemy artillery, but I would like our guys to be up there if we could. I would like to see where the enemy is as well. And we're going to have reinforcements appearing pretty soon too, in the form of the Second Corps. Right, let's get in there. And what we want is just a good old wedge of men coming right down the middle. Right, we are getting pretty much pasted here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 brigades up there. Stay in the woods though, fellas. And we're going to put 3 brigades in like this, with a 4th here. We're going to have something coming just to support the flank. But at this point, let's get some more guys in. You're wondering why I'm not using skirmishers? It's not going to work against these breastworks. They're going to get overpowered and they're going to get in the way pretty quick. So we're going to have them sitting in. Ooh, can I get a little bit closer? Now the Washington Rangers I actually upgraded. We've got the Spencer repeating carbine, but I don't know that we're going to find a way through the enemy ranks here with them. So I'm not sure how useful this is going to be. However, the sharpshooters, they will be useful. So what we want to do is just get all this firepower involved like this if we can. You know, I'm going to have to do 2 divisions onto there as well. And Jedi Mace's men are likely to suffer heavily from this, which is not good, not what we want. We'll bring the Ohio Volunteers down. We'll put a brigade over there, and we'll get the sharpshooters or the skirmishers, I should say, watching this bit. Right, one of the other objectives of this, and now we're starting to get artillery approaching, which is excellent. Get them into the open there, where it can be more effective. Now look at this. Look at this here. Right, this is what we want. Right, bring this in so it's at this angle. We're going to go at this side. Now you guys bring everything down here. You're going to see why, because this is going to be absolute chaos. Right, are we ready to go? I don't want to sit in front of entrenched enemies all the time. You guys are shooting? Good. I don't want to get too close because it'll trigger... Who's that? Walker's Brigade? Witcher's Brigade, I think. So we're inflicting casualties here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get 2 brigades up and forward. And at this point, we're going to start getting a move on as well. And as these guys come through, they're going to charge in. And we're going to go into melee. And hopefully they'll have just fired a volley and we'll manage to cross it no problem whatsoever. Excellent. The artillery is engaging. This is what we want to see. Bring them in nice and close. It's risky. We need to try and chase these guys out because this is what we have to attempt to do. And at this point, we're going to try and get 2 brigades onto there. We've driven them out. Excellent. Toll's brigade, get in on that flank on the double. And Bull's brigade in on that flank on the double. And then Sean's brigade and the Yorkshire volunteers. Yeah, to get shooting. Just get shooting in. Right, you guys, you're going to run into a load of trouble here. A load of trouble. So let's get some... Oh, I can't deploy skirmishers. They're already broken. You see the chaos and the mess? The absolute horror of this chaos and mess. Let's bring these guys in, though, and get into some cover here. Right, reserves up. We have a hole. The hole is excellent. However, what we're advancing into is not so much. Right, into there. These brigade going back, as you would expect after that was... yeah. We don't want you guys as part of the skirmishers anymore. The artillery is coming down here. Let me make sure I can get you into a position where you can actually get involved. So this is very, 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 very tough because we are now advancing through some very dangerous terrain. And things are not looking... Oh, excellent. We're in here. Brilliant. Let's get in closer. That was surprising. I wasn't expecting that. We've got skirmishers down here. Let's see if we can get a bit of firepower going in. We just need to outflank these brigades, and that's going to work beautifully. Right. Okay. So, bear box. Oh God, the casualties. The casualties. However, we've found Stuart's brigade caught out in the open, which is very good. Can we get Sean's brigade in there? Let's get the Frisian volunteers shooting at the next line of skirmishers. And the Yorkshires get in there on the double. Meanwhile, we have some big forces coming around here. This is going very well, actually. Right, so at this point, in. Barge's brigade, which is slightly... Oh, hang on, let's get these 2 guys in. Like this. We're just going to bring more men in and feed them in as we can. But I need something on the flank of this very urgently. We've got sharpshooters, let's bring them down. I don't know that the cavalry is going to be that useful. Run. Run, 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 run. That timer ticks down surprisingly fast once we get to this stage, so... Frisian volunteers go up in front, and let's see if we can shoot something out of there. We are outflanking that unit, but we're not being terribly effective with it. Right, we have cavalry. Sorry, we have artillery, which is actually what I really like. So let's bring some more in. You guys have driven the enemy off. Excellent. Go down here. See what you find. Nice. Another one gone into that flanking position on the double. I don't want to bring Chris Prinkney's brigade in, but let's bring in... let's try and get some in. We're losing the Frisian volunteers. Okay. They did advance into a rather dangerous position. Have I just advanced into an open flank there? Yes, I think I have. Turn. We've got another lot out though, so that's excellent. Get into the woods. Shoot the skirmishers. In fact, we can carry on going down here. We're going to turn out this lot. So we did get into there, which is brilliant. Let's get some fresh guys. How can I deal with this? That's going to be Cummins battery. Engage the cannons at long range. Have you got rifles? They've got rifles. So we can try and drive off the enemy artillery. Frangus's battery wants to be up closer where it can really pummel the enemy. We've got sharpshooters engaging. Well, we don't have sharpshooters engaging exactly. You guys run. 25th Wisconsin, welcome to the battlefield. We're going to have to put some guys down here. See, I have more men than we can really get involved with. So what we need to do is just bring them in. The artillery needs to just constantly keep getting closer and closer. And then what we would like to do is get Blake's men on there. We've got an enemy brigade here that's managed to get into the middle of things. We've got some good firepower going through there, which is very, very nice. The Yorkshires need to get into that cover. And the artillery's coming up. Clemens boys in the background there. This is a really tough fight, isn't it? We are trying to slog through. It is, you know, a shooting match, you know, right in front of their lines is not what we want. So Blake's men are wavering at the moment. Oh, we could do some commanders down here. Let's get Grant involved. And let's get me involved as well, where we're going to make a difference. So let me make sure I'm bringing in nice, strong, fresh units. The cavalry, again, I'm not quite sure how we're going to make use of them. We do have sharpshooters. Usually the flanks for these guys is where we can put them to the best effect. Right, what we're going to need to do is rush you in there. And then the fire drive. Actually, Bradley Suave we can bring in. And we can get them in position to actually shoot these guys in the flank, maybe. Wheeler's men. Just that'll do. That's close enough. Get shooting. Right, from in the position of the cover, we're going to do this. Oh, actually, this might work. This might work. Right, get the cavalry and the other sharpshooters down there, because they're not doing anything in those positions. Right, solstice shooters into that flank, please. Unless I can get away at them, I might be able to get to shoot the... Oh, do we have anything that can shoot that in the flank? Perry's brigade? Get him, stop him. Clemens boys, up you come. We've got to keep filling the gaps, which is brutal. Just absolutely brutal. We're trying to outflank these guys at the moment, and it's not having a huge amount of success. Get you guys down there. They've gone though, that's excellent. Let's move through with Badger's men. Badgers, just move, just advance. Your higher volunteers, yes, shoot that artillery battery. We are approaching... No, we're not. God, we've got another line of defences to go through yet. Right, how am I going to get these guys turfed out really fast? Try and shoot them if we can. I'm going to get Alex's Royal Guard in. We're just going to have to charge these out of position, I think. I'm going to charge the artillery battery. That's what I'm going to do. Right, turn. On the double. Oh, bad timing to turn that with the artillery there. Charging on the flank. We are making a difference. Things are moving at last. These guys are outflanked. Clemens boys should get them. Jedi's men aren't actually... Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad, I suspect. Badger's men have found quite the opposition down there. See if we can get you guys involved here. Clemens boys, they're running. That's not what we wanted to see. We've got up here. And let's bring the artillery up a bit closer, please. Meanwhile, on this side, nice. Why is it trying to target them? I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. I honestly don't know. It's broken. The game's broken. We're seeing very strange and silly things now. I would like to try and turf those guys out of position if we can. Thompson sharpshooter should certainly be over there. Oliver sharpshooter should be, sniping away at range. And we've got the Prince of Wales with the Burnside carbine. We have time, but this is... no! I don't know what's going on here. Everyone's just charged in like a load of lunatics, which wasn't the plan, but it's got them out, so that's absolutely fine. Now we run in. And now we can actually make more of a difference. If we get into the back of this artillery, by running guys in, Dee's brigade looks like you can make a move over there. God, we've got Stuart's brigade in this. We've got skirmishers involved. What a mess. What a mess. Clemens boys, you've rallied. Excellent. Jedi's brigade. It's such a hard fight. We're not in a great position here, admittedly. Right, Blake's brigade, get in. We should be able to make all sorts of... Right, hang on, get the cavalry in down here. Washington's Rangers, if you can get in and outflank. We're going to meet something else behind, but that's absolutely fine. We don't have any melee cavalry, do we? Because that would be really useful round about now. We do. All right, let's get them in. Let's see if we can get the boys in. Let's see. Any biggish brigades that we can put in the front line would be useful. Right, on the double. Go and shoot at the artillery. We desperately need to knock out the artillery. And anything else that wants to come around. We've got the enemy supply camp, so that's good. That is good. We've hit enemy skirmishers here, which I didn't really want to see. Washington's Rangers should be getting some beautiful outflanking fire in there. I don't know if those guys are actually... Oh! Yep, we've got the repeating... We've got the Burnside, so... Maybe I should have charged in. I don't know, though. Giving them a volley is usually enough to chase off artillery. They're going. These guys are going. Beautiful. Run. Come on, let's get in. We aren't... oh, God, men are running away. That's not what we want to see. Right, we want to get on the flank of those Zouaves. And we want to get the fire dragons in so that we can actually get some heavy firepower. St. McCracken's can definitely go and shoot into the side of that. We must have spare men over here. Come on, we've got to run in. We can't be taking our times. Chaz's Hoosiers. Right, come on, we've got to get you guys in. Such a brutal bit of combat, this. Did our Prince of Wales volunteers... They did good. They did good. Get into cover. On the double. Let's see if Leonidas' men... Well, melee cavalry at this point might not be the answer, but let's see if we can get some stuff in. Rube's brigade, come on. We've just got to... We've really got to just finish these guys off. I mean, the Stonewall brigade is getting flanked. They've gone. Perfect. Move down there. On the flank of these now, if we can. Someone's charged in there, which maybe wasn't fully intended, but it's gone anyway. And we've still got to break the next line, which is going to be a real challenge. Come on, we can come out and shoot these artilleries up the arse. Let's get the sharpshooters in here. That looks like it's a valid target. Come on. Come on, don't let up. Don't let up. These guys have got to go. This is hard. We're taking some casualties down here. Let's see, what can we actually... What we want to do is shoot off the artillery and make sure they get killed. But the melee cavalry, that's not a place for melee cavalry. That just isn't. Can we shoot that one behind? Oof! We will get rid of them. We will drive them off. Hang on, we've got space here. What have we got? Alex's men, the solstice shooters. Fill up the gaps. I don't think I've played a battle quite like this in this game. It's just savagery. There's nothing else to describe it. It is just pure savagery. And it's not giving us any other options to attack either, which is the worst. It's like, this is how we're going to fight. This does not look good. You guys rejoin. See if you can get some flanking fire into them. This looks like where we're going to make the breakthrough, if we're going to make the breakthrough, doesn't it? See if you can shoot cable there. Let's get in there with the repeating rifles. And into the woods. We've got to get into the woods. We can't sit out of the woods trying to shoot at things in the open. Artillery always needs to be nice and close. We'll move stuff up. Anything that's too far away like that is now time to hop forwards. I think I've pressed the wrong one there. Yeah, can't get the cascade cannons. They're in there. They don't have much ammo, but they can replenish their stocks from this. Right, in we go. Go and shoot at the artillery down there. The rebels have so much artillery, it's terrifying. They have to go. They can't stand that level of firepower, surely. Right, our cavalry need to get the hell out of there. I can't repel firepower of that magnitude. That's awful. Dog meat's men, in. Come on, in. Just go in. Shoot stuff. Shoot anything. Washington Rangers could probably do some good work, but we're trying to get in a position where we can outflank some of these damn enemies, and they're just too hard. We have half an hour left to do this. This is where we're going to have to just bring things in and just go for the mad charge, I think. Like that. Charge the artillery. Just charge the artillery. It's got to go. If we can't break this, then we're not going to do it. 26 minutes to... Oh, God. Come on, advance. It's just shooting. It's just cannons. There's just so many millions of flipping cannons. Come on, Chaz's men are in a good situation here. Let's see if we can actually do some damage. We need to get over that bit. And if we can get over that bit, then we can actually make a difference. Again, my artillery is too far back. Bring it right up. Trouble is, while it's moving, it's not shooting. Shoot the artillery behind there. I'm going to try giving... Right, okay, so these skirmishers want to get the hell out of there. Ideally, we want to charge cannons rather than engage them in, like, a firefight, but... Options are not so obvious at the moment. I can't get these guys to move in where I want them. They're constantly trying to target something else. Bull's Brigade, come on, we're going to have to throw something drastic in. I can't do it. They will not go where I want them to. Look, I can't right-click them anywhere. I don't know where they're going. I guess they have no direct path. We are sort of chewing them up a little bit, but that's surely going to go. Surely. Washington Rangers, don't fall back. Don't fall back. This is like quite the... I think that's going to be a charge, isn't it? I think that's what's going to happen there. Go on, I'm going to send Blake's brigade in. Fire dragons should be shooting at this one. Flanked? Who's flanking them? I can't see a way through this in 9 minutes. Not unless I just charge absolutely everything in. Insanely. Come on then. This is the moment of absolute panic. I can't believe this bloody Stonewall Brigade is still holding out over there. Right, come on, we're going in, fellas. We are going in. There's no question about this. I've got 4 minutes to at least contest this. Charge. 3 minutes now. I don't think I can. Oh, wait. It's going. It's fantastic. With 1 minute left. With 1 minute left. That is unbelievable. Get in there. You lot, get in there. We're not finishing this fight until that's won. Although it now does look like we might actually finish this fight, which would be amazing. This looks just carnage, doesn't it? Just absolute, utter, terrible, horrible, disgusting carnage. We're just going to keep pushing up. Everything, just push up, push up. The rebels keep counter-attacking. It doesn't matter, as long as we hold the position, we just need to hold that position. And if we can hold it, I don't have much control over where these guys are shooting at, by the way. I can't seem to control them very well. They're not responding quite as I would want them to. I'm guessing it's because they don't have paths and line of sight to the targets that I am telling them to go at, and so they're just trying to target the nearest thing that they possibly can. And it's turning into, shall we say, a bit of a mess. Is that fair? I think that's probably fair. This is just utter carnage over here. Let's get onto that flank at least. I can't believe the losses that we've taken. I only have to hold on for 5 minutes and we've got this. But 5 minutes of holding on seems like quite the ask at the moment. Get shooting into lane. We're flanked. Oh god, we're flanked horribly there. Nope, come on. We're just gonna send everything up. You shoot at Gordon's brigade. You shoot at Gordon's brigade. We need to get in. Do I charge them in? I mean, there's flipping infantry brigades in the background. Oh my word, we did it. I can't believe we did it. And we did it without the camera shutting off. The camera's not a problem. I've had some technical issues. I've had to reinstall OBS. I'm hoping that's fixed it. But that was brutal. I'd say I don't want to have to fight another one like that. I'm pretty sure Cold Harbour's coming next. And that's going to be just like this. So, we did outnumber them. Didn't feel like it in the fight. Oh, look at the casualties. They were so close. I mean, that was absolute carnage. We did lose cavalry, but they were dismounted, I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's have a look. I just don't know what to say about that. It was brutality. That's what you have to do when the game gives you a time limit and an objective. The alternative would have... Oh, this is being costly. The alternative would have been to lose the battle, which I didn't want to do, but was it a Pyrrhic victory? I don't know. Anyway, the Distinguished Service Cross. What we're going to have to do now, and we have no option, I think, is start putting points into training. Yes, reducing the veteran cost. Because I've got this money building up and we won't be able to spend it. There won't be enough guns to spend it on. And we're absolutely going to have to start replacing them. So we'll have to buy new colonels in. Because I have no more experienced officers. And this was a problem by this stage in the war. This was a definite problem. What we'll do, though, is we'll put rookies in until we have no experience. We're just about to drop. And then from there... Yikes, that was fast. We were going to spend some money on veterans. I think it's going to be the way to go. There we go. I don't mind using up a bit. I just don't want to drop the second star. And then, oh, expensive. This is the last colonel we have from the academy. I don't want to have to put lieutenant colonels in. They're not experienced officers in command. And this was... I can't put any from there, so we'll come back to that in a bit. This was a problem late in the war for the Union and the Confederacy as well. Replacing experienced officers. They had plenty of brave officers that had been junior officers, or even, you know, like majors, colonels, but they hadn't commanded brigades, divisions, or corps. And when the higher ranking officers were injured or incapacitated or captured, yes, you could recruit brave commanders who had seen combat, but they didn't have experience of controlling their divisions and formations. And that proved to be a problem for both sides later in the war. Can we get away with not? We can. We can. We're going to have to save some money because we are going to have to do this. I think I'm going to have about 1,900. I think if you go over 2,000, does that trigger the next size of enemy army? I don't know. I'm not that familiar with those game mechanics. I do know that these guys had one hell of a fight in this. It was savage. Absolutely savage. We'll have a look at Second Corps too. But we're going to recruit some of these veterans. We're going to assume they're men that are re-enlisting, have seen previous service. Do you know what? Let's put melee on because we don't have a lot of option over this. And the coming fights are going to see us, I think, with time pressures and enemy fortifications to assault. So it's going to be tough. Ooh, that's just staying there. And that's because they don't have the best commander anymore. So that's why they nearly ducked under their second star. Washington's guys, you guys did good. Actually, I'm gonna reward you with your Spencer carbines. They did some good work there and nearly got 2-star cavalry. Back to the rookies. That's good. The Thompson sharpshooters. How many can we get? They shouldn't be expensive, actually. 20,000! I say it shouldn't be expensive. That is expensive. I just can't believe the losses that we've sustained here. So I'm going to go all through 1st and 2nd Corps, replacing them with rookies. Then I'm going to go over replacing them with veterans to get them up to like 1900 sort of strength, if we can, with whatever money we've got left. There's not a lot we can spend in here. We can get more money, but it costs 35 reputation points. And if we lose the next one, and Cold Harbour is a potential loss, well, we'll save those 35 points, because I think we're going to need them later. Maybe. We can always get the manpower at the next, after the next battle if we have to. But the Mule Shoe. Do you know, that's kind of how it played out, except the Confederates did manage to hold off in the end. They've managed to form a second line within and stop the Union completely overrunning them. But it was a brutal bit of fighting with bodies piled up from both sides behind the breastworks. We're getting there. Cummins battery, you guys okay. I don't suppose you lost anything. Once again, the artillery stays safely at the back. Ah, you guys got a pasting, didn't you? Okay, put a colonel in charge there. We're out of spare officers now. So, yes, things are looking tough. You're down to 1 star anyway, you guys, so I may as well fill you up with Burnside carbines. Okay. How much can we go?
Yes, sir.
Blake's Brigade. Some of 2nd Corps. Well, maybe... no, they did take some pastings. They did. It's looking decent, though. Don't think the artillery did too badly. You haven't got a whole lot of experience to lose, sadly. Did we not get the Nisei Brigade involved? Oh, okay. I mean, it was hard work just trying to get troops involved there. Things were so chaotic. Prattler's Zouaves, you guys did really good. Okay, we will get you under... We're just going to stick under 2,000 in case that triggers any odd numbers from the enemy. I would like to see the cavalry brigade back up to full strength. For 30,000? Screw that. We can't quite afford that. Especially for a unit that doesn't necessarily get involved. They're great when they do, but cavalry is hard to... Especially melee cavalry, it's hard to use. Especially in these sort of fights when we've got fortresses that we're storming. Which is effectively what they are. Oh, I'm on veterans. Okay, it's too expensive. Rube's Brigade. Oh dear. The Durham Light Infantry, you guys should be okay. That's good news. You can't go anywhere. You're fine. I don't think you guys really got properly involved. Sharpshooters did, but we can afford to replace them, so that's alright. Putnam's Guards certainly got involved. We're looking at 1900 now as my new sort of size. We have replacements still. Oh god, we are running out of reserve colonels. This is no good. This is not good at all. 25th Wisconsin. Welcome to the army. Shaz's Hoosiers also welcome. I love it that you guys still want to have their brigades named after you. Do shout up. We've got more. I'm sure 3rd Corps are going to get involved in the coming fights. I'd be very surprised if they did not. We can give you... Yep, we can give you more guns. Do you need any? No. Well, yes, but 1 manpower. Okay, so that is pretty much... Whew, we're restored there at that point. If I need more money, I can probably sell guns from the armory. Like, I've got nearly 10,000 smoothbore muskets, which I'm very unlikely to want, considering I've got 20,000 rifled muskets. I'm just going to do that now. That gives us the money, I think, to recruit some veterans. And look at that, we can put the veterans up without losing all that experience. These guys are going to be... Do I want to spend 81? Well, they're a brigade that's just not usable at the moment. So yes, I'm gonna have to spend it. And that took a big chunk of cash. But I mean, that's kind of what we're looking at doing now, isn't it? It might be because we've got these bloody rifles. We don't have many of these. There's some in the shop, but there's not many in the armory. So we're gonna have to make sure we can buy these. But oh, they're okay anyway. Frisian volunteers. So if we're buying rifles as well as veteran soldiers, things get expensive very fast. You can see we're running out. Alex's Royal Guard is quite weak. Harper's Ferry. These aren't going to cost us any guns. So this is a that's a relief. We can do that. We can do that. I guess 3rd Corps is going to get a lot more involved in the coming fight. I can put 100 in there, but the trouble is after that we're buying them from the shop and it's expensive. Enfields. No, we can afford Enfields. We have lots of those, so that's good. Oh, now we're out. Now we're out. So at this point, we go into the armory and we either sell stuff off that we don't want. Like 68 12-pounder Napoleon. No, I can make lots of artillery batteries for the 4th Corps if we ever get it involved out with these. So 2-pounder James, 14 pound. I'm never going to get batteries made out of those, am I? Right, sawed-off shotguns. We don't need. They're melee stuff. I don't need them. 1855 sharps. We don't need these as we have better ones, so we can get rid of a whole lot of stuff here. Yeah, let's get rid of the melee. Let's get rid of the melee stuff. We can always recruit cavalry with such better stuff down here. We've got some 1861 Enfields. That's some good melee stuff, actually. We've got some Spencer carbines. I'll hold off on doing any more. We've got 1400 Hunter rifles, which may be used. So we're back to the infantry stuff. These are also smooth bores, so let's get rid of them. That gives us a tiny bit of money to let's have a look in 2nd Corps. Is anyone really badly depleted? I mean, like, badly depleted. There's a couple of 1400s, so let's see if we can get these. And Springfield 1865s, yes, we can. We can, because we have those in stock. So that's a good reason to have a nice variety of weapons. Barges Brigade. Rather than having just all the super most expensive weapons, because you just can't replace them. You see the money's drained so fast. But that's okay. I think we've got things looking a lot more respectable. We have the manpower. We'll leave it at that for now, because I want to have a look at the battles map. And let's take a look at Cold Harbor. Let's see if we can do this with 3 Corps, which would be nice. Oh no, we can get them all in. Okay, so I can reuse some of those new recruits and some of the old guns to flesh out new brigades. And I think we're going to have someone else leading the attack on this, because tomorrow's reinforcements, 1st and 2nd Corps, have been so pasted. So yeah, we're going to get some other soldiers involved, I think, and use 1st and 2nd Corps maybe as reinforcements. We'll see. So I will sort that out, and I will bring you another episode of this in the very near future. Hope you're enjoying it still, and I will catch you on the next one.